So a couple of days ago, I said this. So something's definitely going on, and does this mean that this is finally the product review wrapping up, or it's finally implementing the thing that it's supposed to be implementing? Now, little did I know that night, maybe it was the next morning, that the product review update was actually going to end. I thought something was going on. It just seemed like there was too much volatility all of a sudden, and it had just been too stinking long. The thing can't go on forever. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what's happening to my site and my traffic since this has ended, and let you know what I think is going to happen after this. All right, so let's start first. Just a quick update again that the reviews update took 29 days, way longer than any other update that they've put out over the last couple of years. You can see here everything is really kind of the 2-week time frame. The last two went 25 and 29 days. And one of the things I talked a little bit about in my last video was that I had seen and felt something going on in the SERPs. And it was around this time here where I started seeing other people on Twitter talking about they were seeing a lot of their articles disappearing from the rankings. Similar, and this is what was interesting, they were saying similar to what they saw during the HCU. It just so happens that whenever that tweet went out, it was right in this time frame here. Everything was cool before that, and then all of a sudden it wasn't cool anymore. And so a couple days ago, whenever I made that video, it was just around here, I think around the 7.3 mark. You can see here, let me move my stupid ugly face out of the way. We're currently at a 9.1 on the SERP volatility. So as soon as the review update was done, this thing is going ham. And things are just chaotic right now in the SERPs. And that lined up with everything else that I was seeing with my own traffic. I had mentioned a couple of days ago that my analytics page, this page that I watch all the time, specifically keeping an eye on this number here, which used to be 25 to like 45 pre-HCU. When the HCU hit, it was 2, 3, 4, 5, which sucked. But then it went up a little bit and it got to double digits, like 10, 11, 12, 13. And I was like, oh, this is great. And then now, over the course of the last week, I saw these numbers start to dwindle again, going back to 2. I saw 0 several times. And I have not seen that since the middle and, frankly, for the couple of weeks following the end of the HCU. So I knew something was going on here. And the SERP volatility just confirms everything that I had been seeing and feeling and sort of getting sort of that feel, that vibe of what was getting ready to happen, and it just went off. So this is good for a couple of reasons. If you're somebody that has already been totally boned by the other updates, is that you need volatility at this point, right? So if you had gotten back just a little bit of your traffic and now it's gone again, like, so what? Like, you don't care about the little bit of the traffic. We're trying to get a lot of the traffic back. So I would much rather lose some of that traffic that I had regained because it was so minuscule anyways, in exchange for more SERP volatility, which hopefully will give me a better chance and better positioning in the rankings whenever all this stuff, all the dust kind of settles out. We'll actually see kind of how that happens. I had also noticed this happening too. This is another page that I watch in my Ahrefs account where it's actually just a saved tab that I've got where I go to my keywords and I am just doing the changes. I don't want to see anything that hasn't changed. And I have to have at least a traffic of 1 because I don't want all the dud keywords. That don't mean nothing to me. And then I do it by date. And so when things are going good, this is usually predominantly green on the change. And over the course of probably the last 4 or 5 days, I've started to notice red eking in, and it is beyond eking at this point. It is in, almost fully predominantly red. You can see one article here. I'm losing a pretty decent amount of traffic on here, which lines up with everything that we're seeing. SERP volatility, analytics numbers stink like b-holes. Like, it just kind of is what it is. I also noticed that whenever I looked at my articles over in the Search Console, like yesterday compared to what they were a week ago before things started going ham again, 60% of my articles, which were my top traffic articles a week ago, are no longer my top articles. Actually, they're not anywhere to be found in my traffic right now. So kind of interesting there. I want to also give a little bit of context too. Whenever the previous review updates had finished, what happened with at least my traffic, maybe give some sort of indication of what to expect next. So we had the first one was here around February, towards the end of February, like right in here. So I think it was actually the 12th-ish, or maybe it was the 21st. So it was here. It went down just a little bit, but then it actually went up for a little while, and then I had a drop and it came up. So it actually went up for a little bit, almost right after it was completed. In April, we saw another one, which was on the 12th. That was right about here. And you can see here, it actually went up again here before I had another bit of a drop off. So both times that these review updates ended for me, things went good for a while, and then they dropped off for a bit. Right now, I am only seeing not good, like as far as the end of this goes. Now, it's only been like, I think 2 days since the review update has ended, so we got to give it time to breathe. As we have seen with the other updates, just because the update is over doesn't mean that things are back to normal or steady or static or whatever you want to call it. Like, things still get squirrely afterwards. It's almost like the algorithm is just releasing the new code into the system, and then whenever it's released, the update is done. Now go and wreak your havoc, algorithm. Like, so it doesn't mean anything that the update is actually completed. So what I would say probably for right now is I think we're just going to see a decent amount of volatility here for a little while still. I mean, when you're at a 9.1 on, it actually even calls it's a Google quake right there, which means that like things are chaotic right now. And typically when things are chaotic like this, they don't just go boom and they go back to normal. It's going to take some time for this to shake out, just like with the other updates. And I think especially the fact that this took so long, that the last core and this review update has taken so long, I expect this to be shaking out for quite some time. So, but what am I doing in the meantime? Same thing I'm always doing is I'm trying to write good articles. I'm going in, trying to tweak articles. I'm deleting stuff that doesn't seem like it ever got any traction. I'm just going to keep operating my website like I've been operating it, but trying to still find ways to make it better, because that's what got me into the good position to start with. I'll get back there again. We will get back there again. So you can't let the discouragement and frankly, the what seems to be an eternal punishment by Google get you down. If you like doing this anyways, and you like writing, and you like having a website, just keep working at it. Where things shake out, I don't know, but as long as you still like doing it, then it's worth doing it. So that's all I got for you guys for now. To be honest, I keep looking over at this page thinking another update's going to show up. Like, it hasn't yet, but I'm scarred. Like, I have Google trauma, so luckily there's nothing here. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if here in the next week or so we see a December core. I don't know if that's coming or not, but it wouldn't surprise me at this point. But again, I lost most of my traffic. I like the chaos at this point, even if it takes some time. Like, let's get crazy. So we'll see you all in the next video. Thanks to you all so much for watching. If this was helpful, please hit like, maybe subscribe. Peace.